Hello viewers. So today I wanted to share another one of my hobbies with you. I didn't realize it's considered a hobby until recently I came across some videos on YouTube. So these are my orchids. I originally received this one as a gift. I want to say probably sometime in 2020. I'm not sure exactly when, but if you are familiar with orchids, then you would know that this looks like it's on the verge of dying. So you can see the tip of the stems are pretty dry. So what happened was I decided to water it just a little bit every week because I was told water it, sufficiently every week. But I was just going light on the water because I was told that eventually they can bud new plants, what they call keiki, a keiki or something like that, or baby orchid, I like to call them, because that's what it is. So I tried with a different plant. I was also told if you cut the stems, you can see there are multiple like notches on the stem. So if you cut above the second from the bottom, then it will sprout a new stem. So I tried that with a different plant that I had and it didn't work. So I decided to leave this one to see what will happen if I just leave the stem. So first sign I saw was the stem started drying. So I didn't cut it, I just left it. And then the leaves looked healthy, even though the stem was drying up. So I kept watering it a little bit every week. And somewhere on top, I don't remember exactly which one, it started growing. Here's one stem that was growing, and then I think here I cut it. So it started growing, and I was excited thinking that it's just giving a new flower. So I let it be, and then eventually I saw leaves. So from this original plant here, I got these two baby orchids. So I decided to cut them recently, maybe after about a month of seeing it growing off of these original stems. I decided to cut them off and put them in their own pots. So I just used regular orchid potting mix. One of these I kept from an old orchid pot, which seems to be working just fine. We'll tell later if it's doing well or not. And then this one, it's a new orchid mix that I bought off of Amazon. People are saying, you have to be very careful that they're delicate and they can get infected or whatever if you cut them with dirty blades or whatnot. But I just used a regular box cutter. I didn't sanitize, I didn't clean it or anything. I just kind of just sliced it off of the stem. And so here we are. But the only thing I did, because I also saw in videos that after you cut it and that cut is exposed, they can kind of get infected. Some people put cinnamon powder or whatever they do. I didn't do any of that. So this one was done a week ago. What I did is after I cut it from the original stem, I let it be in the potting mix maybe for like a day or so, and then I submerged the entire pot. Well, this is just a plastic tea container that I have that I poked holes in the bottom. So I submerged this in water and I let it be for a little and then let it drain. And so I did that on Monday, so I'm going to do it on Monday again. And this one I cut yesterday, so I'm going to let it sit for a little like I did this one, just maybe to have that exposed stem heal or whatever it'll do. So what I have noticed with this though, even though it's so tiny, it's starting to shoot flowers. So I'll get a closer look of that for you in a little bit. And so after I cut both of them off from the original plant, I noticed this little leaf right here. It's firm. And so when the leaves are firm, you know that they have water and they're alive. Unlike this one that's all floppy and droopy and it's very wrinkled, so you see that this is losing its moisture. And then something else I saw is what looked to me like a new stem growing. So I'm not going to take these leaves off or anything. I'll just leave it, water it sufficiently every week. My plan is to just submerge it, let it soak for maybe 5 minutes, and then let it drain sufficiently, and then put it back in the pot. And I'll do that once weekly. So we'll see what happens with this. I'll just leave the stem to dry on its own, and then I'll cut it afterwards. These leaves, the plan is to just let it dry, and then I'll pull it off instead of just trying to get rid of it right now, because it's fine, it's not bothering me. And these little babies, I'm gonna see how they go. Yeah, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's the right potting mix or what the case may be, but we'll see. It's just trial and error, because I didn't expect this plant to last this long. Maybe mid to late 2020 is when I received this one. And so I'm glad I kept it, because I tried different methods. I even tried like keeping them in water instead of potting mix. And then that went well for a little bit, but maybe it was too much water, or I'm not sure. So we'll see. I'll maybe try that another time. But right now we'll see how this goes with its regrowth and these with the new growth. And I'll keep you updated on my little orchid hobby. And so when these, and for sure these are flowers, because when the baby orchid tree was growing out of the stem, it looked green, like you can see that it's a leaf. But these, and I'll show you a close-up, it kind of looks pink. Not red, but maybe pink. So yeah, these are my baby orchids and Mama Orchid over here. I know I'm not naming my orchids. But yeah, so we'll see how they go. I'll just keep watering them. There's no nutrients for them. I've seen people in videos that give them all sorts of nutrients. But you know, in the wild where they originally grow, they don't get nutrients. They just grow off of a tree, and you know, it's sunlight and water. So right now their home is next to the window that's facing east, so they get sun for most of the morning, and then I keep the window open so they get the light. So, and I think that's sufficient enough for them. So we will see how they do, and I will keep you updated. Alright guys, so here is a close-up of the baby orchid with what looks like a flower, like its very first flower, you can see right there. And then it kind of looks like there's two of them, one on the bottom and one on top. And then this little point here will continue to grow to be a longer stem. And I'll show you this one as well. It's doing the same thing, you can see. And then you see it's kind of like a pink color. I'm not sure the quality in my video. Yeah, it's kind of like pink. And then here is Mama Plant with its new leaf. It's quite sturdy. And then you can see in there what looks like a new stem right there. I know it's not a root because it's kind of growing between the leaves. So, and then when I was checking it to see if it's completely dying, it's giving new roots, which is why I decided to repot it. Just clean up the roots and just, you know, clean it up so it's not strangling itself. It's growing nicely. So there you go, guys. That's the close-up of my orchids. Tip of the stems are dry, but that's okay. We'll keep them, see what happens. And that's it. There you go. Alright guys, so thank you for viewing and sharing my hobbies with me. We will get back to some harmonium shortly. I just wanted to take this opportunity to share my little orchids with you. So thank you again, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.